Let's take a look at this problem. We got x plus 4 over 3x squared minus 5x minus 2 plus 2x plus 5 over 2x squared minus x minus 6 plus 4x plus 3 over 6x squared plus 11x plus 3 equal to 0. Okay, step 1. I want to factor all of our denominators. All of these are key number. So that's key number, this one is, and this one is. The reason why is because they're all x squared, x, no x, and there's a number in front of your x squared. So let's factor these over on the side. So we've got 3x squared minus 5x minus 2 equal to 0. Key number, we take the number at the beginning times the number at the end, ignoring signs. So we've got 3 times 2, which gives us 6. Write down all products give us 6. P column, P for products. 1 times 6, 2 times 3. Add them. That's the S for sum. 1 plus 6 is 7, 2 plus 3 is 5. D is difference. Subtract smaller from larger. 6 minus 1 is 5, 3 minus 2 is 1. This problem, we're looking for the number in a middle term. Number on our middle term is our 5. And the 5 we're wanting is this one over here in the difference column. The reason I know that is because we got 5 in 2 columns. The sign of the last term is negative, which means they have to be different signs. If it was positive on the end, that'd be the same signs. So I'm going to use 1 and 6. And I don't need that equals 0 there. There we go. Okay, we're going to rewrite our middle term using those two numbers. Our larger number that we're using, which is a 6, will always be the same sign as the middle term, which is negative. Number is circles in a difference column. D for different signs means one will be positive, one will be negative. Since the 6 was negative, then the 1 will be positive. Then we'll factor by grouping. The first group has a 3 and an x in common, and that gives us x minus 2. Second group doesn't have anything in common, but I can always factor out a 1, and that gives us x minus 2. So they both have an x minus 2, and that leaves us 3x plus 1. So this factors as x plus 4 over x minus 2, 3x plus 1. Plus 2x plus 5 over, and I want to factor this now. So we got 2x squared minus x minus 6. The key number, you take your number at the beginning times the number at the end, ignoring signs. So 2 times 6 gives us 12. We'll write down all products give us 12. We got 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4. The S column, we want to add them. 1 plus 12 is 13, 2 plus 6 is 8, 3 plus 4 is 7. Difference column, subtract them. 12 minus 1 is 11, 6 minus 2 is 4, 4 minus 3 is 1. Number we're looking for is a number for our middle term, which is 1, which is right here, which means we'll use 3 and 4. We're going to rewrite our middle term using those two numbers. Our larger number we're using, which is the 4, is always going to be the same sign as the middle term, which is negative. Number with circles in the difference column, D for different signs, means one will be positive, one will be negative. Since the 4 is negative, then 3 has to be positive. So factor by grouping. First group has a 2x in common, and that gives us x minus 2. Second has a 3 in common, and that gives us an x minus 2. Now they both have an x minus 2, so factor that out, and that leaves us 2x plus 3. So this is x minus 2 and 2x plus 3. Plus 4x plus 3 over something. Let's factor that. So we got 6x squared plus 11x plus 3. We'll take a number, multiply the number at the beginning times the number at the end. So 6 times 3 gives us 18. So we got 1 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 6. Add them. 1 plus 18 is 19, 2 plus 9 is 11, 3 plus 6 is 9. Subtract them. 18 minus 1 is 17, 9 minus 2 is 7, 6 minus 3 is 3. Number we're looking for is number in our middle term, which is 11. So we're going to use 2 and 9. Now our larger number in the P column that we're using, which is the 9, is always going to be the same sign as the middle term, which is positive. Number I circled in the S column, S for same signs, so both positive, both negative. Since 9 is positive, then 2 has to be positive. Now factor by grouping. First group has a 3 and an x in common, and that gives us 2x plus 3. Last group doesn't have anything, but you can always factor out a 1 if nothing else. So factor out a 1, and that leaves us 2x plus 3. Now they both have a 2x plus 3, so I'll factor that out, and that leaves us 3x plus 1. So I got 2x plus 3 and 3x plus 1 equals 0. And that was step 1. Now step 2. I guess I'll do it right about right here, I guess. There we go. Figure out the LCM of all our denominators and then multiply everything by it. I'll start with my first factor, the x minus 2. Now I'm looking for the greatest number of x minus 2's in any single denominator. There's 1 here, none here, so the greatest number of x minus 2's is 1. Now go to the next factor, 3x plus 1. We're looking for the greatest number of 3x plus 1's in any single denominator. There's 1 here, none here, 1 here, so greatest number of 3x plus 1's in any single denominator is 1. Then we'll go to the 2x plus 3. And I'm looking for the greatest number of 2x plus 3's in any single denominator. None here, 1 here, 1 here, so it'll be 1. So that's our LCM. That's what we want to multiply everything by. So multiply it by the x plus 4 over x minus 2, 3x plus 1. We'll multiply it times the next fraction. So multiply by the 2x plus 5 over x minus 2, 2x plus 3. And we'll multiply it times the next one. And I'm running out of room. So multiply it times 4x plus 3 over 2x plus 3, 3x plus 1. Now, we also multiply it times a 0, but anything times 0 is just 0, so I won't actually write that out since I am out of space. Now let's cancel. This x minus 2 cancels that x minus 2. This 3x plus 1 cancels this 3x plus 1. Over here, this x minus 2 cancels that x minus 2. This 2x plus 3 cancels that 2x plus 3. Over here, this 3x plus 1 cancels that 3x plus 1. And this 2x plus 3 cancels that 2x plus 3. So let's see what we have left. Here we got 2x plus 3 times x plus 4 plus 3x plus 1 times 2x plus 5 then plus x minus 2 times 4x plus 3 equal to 0. Well, let's multiply these together now. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times 4 is 8x. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 4 is 12. Plus 3x times 2x is 6x squared. 3x times 5 is 15x. 1 times 2x is 2x. 1 times 5 is 5. Plus x times 4x is 4x squared. X times 3 is 3x. Negative 2 times 4x is negative 8x. And negative 2 times 3 is negative 6, equal to 0. I'm going to combine together some like terms. May not be able to do it all in one step on this, but we'll see. 2x squared plus 6x squared is 8x squared, plus 4x squared is 12x squared. Here's 8x, 3x, 15x, 2x, 3x, negative 5x, or negative 8x. 8 plus 3 is 11, 26, 28, 31. 31 minus 8 is 23. Let me double check that. Negative 8 plus 3 is negative 5. Negative 3, 12, 15, 23. Okay. Now our numbers. We got 12 plus 5 is 17. Minus 6 is 11. Equals 0. Now this factors using the key number. Is we have x squared x, no x, and there's a number in front of our x squared. So I'll do it over here on the side. So I got 12x squared plus 23x plus 11. Key number, we take a number at the beginning times a number at the end, ignoring signs. I think that's 132, but let me see. Let's see, 12 times 11. 132. Okay. Now we're going to build a PSD table based upon that. So we got 1 times 132, 2 times 66, yeah. 3 times 44, 4 times 33, 5, no, 6 times something. 6 times, boy, that seems really weird. I'm not going to trust myself on that. 132 divided by 2. 66. 132 divided by 3. Or, yeah, by 3. 44. 132 divided by 4. How bizarre they're coming up double digits like that. 3, 3, 4, 4, 6, 6. 132 divided by 6. Sure enough. 7. Well, I'm not going to bother. 132 divided by 7. Got decimals, doesn't go into it. 132 divided by 8. 132 divided by 9. 132, it's not divisible by 10, so I won't even bother there. Divided by 11. 11, 12. That's actually one we want, but... Now we're going to add these. S for sum. 1 plus 132 is 133. 2 plus 66 is 68. 3 plus 44 is 47. 4 plus 33 is 37. 6 plus 22 is 28. 11 plus 12 is 23. Subtract them. 132 minus 1 is 131. 66 minus 2 is 64. 44 minus 3 is 41. 33 minus 4 is 29. 22 minus 6 is 16. 12 minus 11 is 1. Number we're looking for is number in our middle term, which is 23, which is right here. So we're going to use 11 and 12. Now our larger number that we're using in the P column, which is 12, is always going to be the same sign as the middle term, which is positive. Number are circled in the S column. S for same signs, both positive, both negative. Since the 12 was positive, then the 11 has to be positive. Excuse me. Factor by grouping. First group has a 12x in common, and that gives us x plus 1. Second group has 11 in common, and that gives us x plus 1. Now they both have an x plus 1, so I'll factor it out, and that gives us 12x plus 11. So this factors as x plus 1 times 12x plus 11 equal to 0. Zero factor property. You get 0 on one side, you factor the other side, you're going to set each factor equal to 0. So I'll set x plus 1 equal to 0, and I'll set 12x plus 11 equal to 0. This one, take the 1 over and get negative 1. Maybe. Remember, we have to check our answer. Take 11 over, we get 12x is equal to negative 11. Divide both sides by 12. And we get x is equal to negative 11 twelfths. I didn't say it, I guess, but we just did step 3, solve for x. It's quadratic. Okay, now we need to do step 4. Check to make sure these don't cause any denominator equal to 0. I'm assuming negative 11 twelfths is fine. There's no way that's going to cause a problem on this one. For negative 1, come back up here. I'm going to go to where it's factored. If I put negative 1 in here, negative 1 in here, that nothing, no problems. I don't see any problems anywhere with that. Negative 11 twelfths, no. An example of a number that would cause us problems. If I'd come up with x equals 2, 2 minus 2 would give us 0. Or if I'd come up with negative 1/3. 3 times negative 1/3 is negative 1, plus 1 would give us 0. Or if I'd come up with negative 3/2. 2 times negative 3/2 gives us negative 3, then plus 3 would give us 0. So those are both our answers.